Mark?
What?
Point.
What?
Point.
Point. Person wiggling their fingers back there. You. Yes. Fist.
Hello. Oh.
Yeah. You
Fight.
be next.
Fist fight.
You can be next. Who was the first person?
You'll be mine. You'll be mine immediately afterwards.
Can we trade?
There's plenty of him to go around.
Thank you, Jared, for all you do with the Always Keep Fighting campaign, and Jensen and Misha for the You Are Not Alone campaign. I think it's beautiful. My question relates to a HuffPost article that was headlined, "Supernatural may be the only thing keeping this country from tearing itself to pieces."
Have y'all all read that? It is amazing. It's hysterical. So there's an article that came out, and I don't know how many people were, I don't know where it was, I don't know if it was, I thought it was a joke at first, but apparently rankings of television shows were in the top 5 for Republicans and Democrats.
Number 1 for Republicans, number 3 for Democrats.
That's right.
And
we're going to go up for Democrats when Hillary Clinton plays Cass.
Or conversely, we may go very far down.
Never mind.
Not if Cass is Lucifer at that point. It would still resonate with Republicans. So there's a way to play this. There's a way to play this.
There's a way to spin that out, right?
So I was wondering how each of you felt about that, and why you think Supernatural is so universally appealing to, bipartisan standards. Nothing crosses that anymore. So.
I think that's a question best answered by Jensen.
Just working on my mic here, so take it.
Mishkovich?
I think that the show appeals to Democrats because it is very democratic. And it appeals to Republicans because there are a lot of guns. And
that's the worst answer to any question I've ever heard.
And
I think he's doing great.
Just make fart noises or something and let somebody else.
It makes me.
Sidebar. This was a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, when I looked over at Jared and I was like,
and I was like,
pull my finger.
I'm like, what are you pointing at?
Pull my finger. He had never heard of that. The gassiest man I know, and he's lived his whole life without being able to do that gag.
I think we were in the car or something.
Of course we were, because
he was like this, and I was
the
like,
only time that gas happens.
What? And he's pointing, and he's not giving me a lot to work with. I mean, you play me, I'm gonna play you.
What?
No. Yeah, exactly. But it was. And finally he looks at me and he's like, pull it. I was like, pull what? My finger. All right.
And and tears streaming down his face with laughter.
It was like a trigger and made you fart.
Can I say?
And I'm sitting there going pull it.
I can't hold it much longer.
Flop sweat.
The vein is coming out of your neck.
I'm not giving up on this bit.
I'm too far in.
I'm in it.
Can I say, it was not too long ago that we were all on a flight together, and I was sitting behind you guys reading, and I saw, and I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to incriminate anyone, but I saw one of you just reach across the aisle with your finger, and the other one just reach across and make a pulling motion, and then from my perspective, there was just a wave of nauseating. About 30 seconds later, it was like, fuck!
It was like,
And I do believe that right after the pull, both of our hands went up to.
It was like the smoke, the darkness smoke that comes up. Misha was like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
However, your story is probably the greatest gassy story
Gather
I've
round.
ever heard.
So, so I had just gone out to Chinese food and eaten quite a bit, and then got on a flight, a transcontinental flight with my wife. It was a JetBlue flight from LA to Washington, D.C., and packed flight. And we got up to altitude, and there's something with the pressure change or whatever. It just felt like
The excuses are
I needed
incredible.
to.
Yeah, first it's the Chinese food, then it's the bread.
It's a long flight. Now it's the pressure change.
JetBlue.
Let me just preface this by saying that what follows in this story was not my fault. But anyway, it was one of those situations. I was against the window. I'm not gonna like make everybody get up so that where am I gonna go anyway? It's an airplane. So
To
I
the
just decided
bathroom.
whatever. I just decided to judiciously release small bits at a time. And
Small bits.
so anyway, long story short, I didn't have, at that particular moment, I might have been tired or something, but I didn't have the kind of muscle control that I hoped for. And
older.
And it came out in one very sort of
Large bit.
one sort of gasping plume, and there was something about it, the quality or whatever. Anyway, long story short, the guy immediately behind me faints, and the flight attendants came up and they brought a tank of oxygen and they revived him, and he seemed very surprised by the whole thing, and he said it had never happened to him before, and his girlfriend tried to explain, but kind of politely to the flight attendants, like, somebody has gas, and they said, not hearing her properly over the drone of the engines, they said, no, ma'am, that's impossible. There's no way a gas leak would happen in the fuselage. All of the fuel is stored in the wings. And then, anyway, I fell asleep. I woke up. We were halfway across the country.
Pressure changed again.
More Chinese food, coincidentally.
This time I tried to be more careful. I failed again. Fainted again. They revived him again. And when we landed, everybody had to stay in their seats while paramedics got him off the flight. Anyway, his girlfriend, when they came back, she whispered again, somebody has gas, like, but really like dramatically, like, yeah, okay, I farted, big deal, stop fainting. And stop. The woman sitting next to, and they said the same thing. No, the fuselage, the gas, and the wings, and the woman sitting next to them yelled out, "No, somebody has to go to the bathroom."
But now you can't get up and go to the bathroom and make it happen.
Obviously, at that point, now I'm feeling a little embarrassed, like being called out like that. So I just sort of played it cool at that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's cool at that point?
That's a
That's
good
my
one.
fart story. It was P.F. Chang's China Bistro, by the way.
I'm going with my
little
girl in the
shout out.
back right
Still
there.
making excuses.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
beat that.
Has there been an episode or even just a scene that you can think of that has been so emotionally draining that you kind of had to step away and regroup and whatnot?
Probably for each of us.
The Zorro scene.
I want Zorro in a dress to slap me in the sex. Damn it.
There's like 6
I want to have
takes.
Zorro sex. And I mean,
I want to be slapped
how many
in the face
6 takes?
by
What?
a girl.
I want to slap a face of the girl and the mask of Zorro. What are you talking about?
Look, man, 11 years, I messed one line up. Give it a break.
It was
Yeah,
so
but 35 times you messed it up. Making up for lost time.
Didn't make sense to me. Yes, yeah, I think we've all kind of had several of those over the years. I know there's been a couple that immediately come to my mind. Telling Sam about Dean's experience in hell was certainly a scene that took me a while to. When they yelled cut, my emotions didn't, and I had to like literally walk it off. That's one that popped. I mean, there's certainly many more, but that's one.
One of the ones that kind of sticks out to me. I'm better about it now than I used to be, but I think the first time it ever happened to me was during Croatoan, believe it or not. And our director, Bob Singer, who was back there, I don't know if he's still back there, Bob and Eugene, but he came up and he's a pro. You know, he's been around for many, many shows, many, many years. He's directed, produced, written, yada, yada. And so after they called cut, it was a scene where Sam is telling Dean, like, leave me, I'm infected, there's no hope for me. Almost the same kind of stuff he was saying in Sacrifice, but just many, many years earlier. And it just hit me, the feeling of being like, you know, I'm less than, go without me, the world will be better with me. And it got the better of Jared. And so Bob came in and he just kind of like told the crew to kind of give it a second. And comes up and just very kind of gentle and caring. I was like, you all right? I was like, yeah, sorry. He's like, it's okay. Just, you know, dial it back a little bit. You know, that was an amazing performance, but just dial it back a little bit. And I was like, I didn't mean for it to go there. Like, thanks for not calling cut, because it got the better of me right at the beginning of the take. But he kind of just went like, it's all right. Like, great performance, bring it back, and let me know when you're ready. And I was like, yeah, give me a second. I'll just walk around and have some water and stuff like that. And we did it again, and then ended up kind of printing it and moving on. But that was probably the first time it kind of got the better of me. I had the Christmas movie I did with Peter O'Toole. There was a scene at the very end. Thank you. I still haven't seen it. I mean it. But there was a scene at the end where my character was basically thanking his mentor for all the love and support. And he then told me a story about he was doing something and it happened to him. And he's Peter O'Toole. And he said the director he was working with at the time pulled him aside. His character was named Tom. I don't know what the performance was, whether a movie or a play or whatever. And he said his director pulled him aside and went, Peter, leave those tears inside of you. Those are Tom's tears. Those aren't yours. And I was like, how cool. What a cool way to see, like, this isn't the Jared show or the Jensen show or the Misha show or the Mark show. This is about Sam and Dean and Cass and Crowley and the gang. So it was neat for me to hear him say that a couple years after, or maybe a year after Bob had kind of had that moment with me, to go like, listen, I get it. You're able to tap in, and that's awesome. And I'm grateful that you did that. But leave those with Sam. Like, those are Sam's tears. And, you know.
I love that Bob came up and gave you such a heartwarming, heartfelt note, because knowing him the way we do, what he really meant to say was, hey, pussy, lock it up.
Dial it back.
I got to tell you, though, the most amazing time I've ever had on the show, all the fun we've had and all the bits and pieces that we do, great. But the end of season 8 was the most extraordinary set of circumstances. Not only because it was really well written, there was this amazing end of a story that was so huge between the brothers, me, the human element, what was happening to all of our characters. But it was the fact that we got to shoot it in sequence for 3 days. And you never get to do that in TV. And they built the outside of the church in the middle of nowhere, and it looked amazing. And they built the inside of the church on our stage. And we were locked in that room for 3 days. And it was from Abaddon. with me in the chair all the way through. It was the most extraordinary ending. And it was, I think the crew was in silence for like a day and a half. Nobody interfered with anybody's job. You guys were doing off-camera dialogue for like 6 hours. I don't think anybody ever came down. It was just brilliant. It was fantastic.
It was intense. It was really intense.
It was wonderful to do. And it's like, mostly television conspires against you getting to do that because you never have enough time. Everything has to be done. There's a technical thing, and you get these small windows where you go, okay, you okay? Can you do this? Are you ready? And it was just that everybody set it up so that we could hit it out of the park. And it was just so much fun to have that happen. And when we get that, it's fantastic. I think it's my favorite times.
Misha? I agree, Mark.
I think for me, it's interesting reflecting on that, but I think that Castiel is kind of in this emotionally void. No,
The actor playing Castiel.
The actor playing Castiel is dead inside.
Is this another
in
P.F.
a way
Chang
that,
story?
let me tell you another story about P.F. Chang. No, I think that two scenes came to mind, but they were both as Jimmy Novak, which was interesting. Like saying goodbye to his family. Yeah, that was emotional. But I think that there's something about Castiel. He kind of tends to be locked
weird
up and weird, and
he's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing.
I like Steve. I like Steve. I thought Steve was my favorite. Steve was cool.
Let's see. How about? Sure. Yeah. Sir pointing to. Yes.
Ooh, handoff.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I wanted to first say thank you because you're largely to blame for my marriage.
I've been told that before.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is it a good marriage?
Yes, it
Okay, good.
almost wasn't, and I got out of that because of the inspiration of your show and you as individuals.
Awesome.
Then we bonded over Supernatural, and now we're here on our honeymoon.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Being happy is a wonderful thing, is it not?
It's wonderful.
It's a wonderful thing.
It's a lot different than it was 5 years ago. So my question is, would you guys like to help us make an announcement?
Yeah.
We have some props for a picture.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm intrigued and terrified.
We're expecting our first baby spring.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. So I want to let other people ask questions, but maybe at the end if we could take a picture with our props.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're going to send it to people to tell them you're pregnant?
To
Yeah.
announce.
Oh,
that you're-
badass.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Does one of them
pretty
say like a future
Demon
hunter or?
Yeah, it's along that vein.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
let's do it.
Yes, we will do that.
Awesome. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
no worries.
You know that last year at this time, my wife found out she was pregnant. Actually, exactly a year ago. It was like, damn.
You see,
Why am I throwing up?
At least you're not finding out you're pregnant with his kid.
Have you seen my kids? They're cute.
I love your
My
kids,
kids are
you know.
cute. My kids are cute.
I love your family. Misha?
Hi, my name's Ashlyn, but kind of
Hey,
in the
Ashlyn.
in the same vein of thought. Has your approach to your job changed at all since you've become fathers? Like, do you value your time off differently, or like how you actually make acting choices?
Yeah, a bunch. It's hard to kind of quantify or, let me think. It puts a lot more in perspective. I almost have a bigger respect for Sam now because I see his sacrifices. And I'm now scared to fly. I'm scared to drive in the passenger seat because I have something more to lose. Not than when I was married before kids, but I'm like, she's an adult. She's lived without me. My wife could get on. But you have a little kid and they're like starting to figure you out. I feel like I have a lot more to live for. I feel like it's a weird, interesting, amazing commitment, and it's not instant. It wasn't for me. For some people it is, but it's powerful and it's lasting. It's certainly changed it's changed probably every part of my life.
Jared and I have, and Misha and Mark, we've had discussions, recently, like, how long is the show going to go? Like how, you know, where's the end game? What does that look like? And something that kind of keeps coming back up is, you know, this is bigger than us. This isn't really an individual situation that's going on. It's not, you know, if it's not all about me, it's not all about him, it's not all about him or him. And so I think the understanding of knowing that the world that this supernatural is it has so many more elements to it that are outside of us, and it kind of makes us, and I feel like there's a carryover to becoming a father and being married, is that all of a sudden your life isn't just yours anymore. And like Jared was saying, there's a responsibility to other people that trumps some of the decisions that you would normally make by yourself.
Or Clinton's them.
What?
Bad joke.
It's such a weird thing that to see you guys, the difference between before you had kids and having kids. That is, I mean, not to be too judgmental, but it's like, it's a fantastic thing. I mean, now I work Mondays and Fridays because they have kids, because they want to go home on weekends. But I get it, and I always got it. It's a fantastic thing to see. But what keeps getting touched on in this that is so extraordinary for me, absolutely extraordinary for me, is that you're right. Supernatural is bigger than just us or what we do or what is made. We go out there and we do all these incredible conventions and we go all over the world. And there's the fandom, which is a dreadful word, fanatic. It's an awful word to describe it. So the supernatural family, for want of a better word. The things that you guys do behind what we do and ahead of what we do and to augment what we do. It's mind-blowing. It's so humbling to see not only my co-stars, what they do and what they put out into the world, which I'm so proud of them and in awe of the amount of energy and positivity that they put out there, but what you guys do with it. And it's just fantastic to think that this show is a catalyst. Not maybe, it's not just because of the show, it's because of you. But the show is used, it's the sort of glue that kind of holds it together in a way. And you do such fantastic and beautiful things. It's a harsh world. It's a nasty world out there right now. And I watch groups of people coming together to do nothing else but be kind to each other and love each other and in the name of supernatural and in the name of what it is that we do. And it is the most humbling thing in the world. I was just saying, I've watched people go through, I've watched some gender assignment, some people, transgender people go through transformation from beginning all the way through, and I've watched three people do so being comfortable in my skin, dressed as Crowley. I think that is the most unbelievably beautiful thing I've ever seen, that people feel safe with this community and this family. And it's a hell of an incredible thing. I've never seen it. All these wonderful fandoms I've been part of, all this other stuff that I've done, and it's a fantastic to see it. But this one particularly is just, it's a beautiful thing. I'm in awe of you guys. I think you're fantastic.
And it's a really unique. I've done a lot of thinking lately about fandom, family, whatever it is. It's such a unique show in that if you look at other shows that were here this weekend, you know, whether it's Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman or Supergirl or like The Walking Dead. Walking Dead was graphic novels I read during Friday the 13th, you know, like 4 years before it came out. Or Game of Thrones, it's massively successful novels. Like these shows had followings before it came out. Supernatural exists purely because of y'all and us. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah is coming out. They're already gonna have 1 million people interested to go like, hey, what's the TV show like? Like this all happened together and we all built this up together. And this is bigger than us to kind of sound like an echo board, but it is bigger than us, and I think we're just really excited to be a part of it.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi.
What up?
Hey, you.
I didn't recognize you sitting down. How are you?
I am fine. Speaking of Gishwas,
Did you bring
If-
cookies?
they would melt. I couldn't. It's too damn hot.
I love the shirt. I was just
My
listening-
favorite song.
Oh man.
It's Pearl Jam song.
Pearl Jam lyric.
If you three weren't working, would you, no.
There are
if,
4 of us.
If it was a different time of year and you weren't working, would you participate in Gishwas? And if you would you be on the
Oh.
same? No, Mark,
Hey, me-
Jared,
yeah.
and Jensen. If you weren't working,
Calm
works?
down. You're included.
he runs the damn thing. He can't participate. Would you participate?
Look, I have a model of me.
Can I just say a sidebar here?
Oh.
This young man just told me something backstage.
I'm participating in Gishwas.
You have some competition.
Team Nerds of a Feather. Are any of you in here right now? Team Nerds of... One person. Fantastic.
Wow, that's a big team.
It's a huge team.
Wow, good luck.
You guys are
We're
going to
gonna
kill it.
conquer.
We're going to kill it. And you're going down, honey. What's your question?
If the 3 of us
3
weren't
years.
working, would we do it?
Here's runner-up. Schnitzeljäger.
Schnitzeljäger.
It means scavenger hunter in German. Would you participate?
Schnitzeljäger means scavenger hunt.
Wait, really?
Like if you order a
Jägermeister
wiener,
means
doesn't that
master
means
hunter.
breakfast?
So
Does it
if you
really?
order,
I didn't know that.
if you order a wiener
Schnitzel
schnitzel,
and
you're like,
Jaeger.
can I have
Again, we
breakfast?
disintegrate.
So when I go to Germany and ask for a wiener schnitzel, I'm saying, can I have a scavenger's penis, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's when the guy who comes out and his legs doing this.
Bringing it back.
No video, no video.
Is there a question?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Would you participate?
3 of
Would
us.
you participate together or compete against each other? And if you did not, if you competed against each other, Misha, who do you think would win?
That is a multi-part question. That's
multi-pronged.
complicated, Yeah.
Same team or separate?
I think we'd probably have to do the same team.
Yeah.
I would totally compete. I think,
We just capture Misha, torture him, and get all the answers.
yeah, we as much as for all that we tease each other, I think one of the things we found out long ago is we work better as a team than.
It's true. I was just thinking about how we found that out.
You should run
Yeah.
for president.
Yeah,
You
probably.
really should do that. Wouldn't you guys vote for Jared for president? I'm telling you right now, that's a horrible.
And I'm glad you're not
That is
voting.
a horrible idea.
Yeah, I would compete. I would do it, and I would do it with these two, not the.
And they would beat Schnitzeljäger and Team Nerds of a Feather. How about that throwdown?
Ain't gonna happen.
No, you'd all tie. You'd all tie. You'd all tie. How's that? Better?
Actually, that's very diplomatic. You should run for president. That's very good. Ladies and gentlemen, don't tell me what to do. I've got the conch. We'll do one more if it's a yes or no question. Oh, everybody's like, oh shit, I ain't got that.
I guarantee you I can
I see
answer
it. I see it right there.
that guy
Yes or
right
no?
there.
I guarantee you I can answer this if it's a yes or no question.
I love the shirt. Yeah.
Hello,
Love
my
it.
name's Zoran. I'm a big
Yes, it
fan.
is.
Just quickly, I've had a very hard con. I've been working 15-hour days editing, and this is my first time out at the con. This is the only panel that I'm getting to see. Thank you for
how
being
disappointing.
amazing. Seriously, you guys are just fucking incredible.
Is that a question?
Carry on. Carry
sorry.
on.
I love this question.
Only if you could hear.
I guess my yes or no question is, do you like my Sam Winchester outfit?
Fuck yes.
No. No.
Thank you.
I mean, let's give it up for our gentleman from Supernatural, everybody. Keep it going for him, keep it going for him, keep it going for him. Get off my stage. Get out of here. Get back there. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Get out of here. Was that fun? I wouldn't know. I wasn't here. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. Have you guys enjoyed your time during San Diego Comic-Con this weekend? Have you enjoyed your time at NerdHQ? That's the correct answer. Thank you so much. I think the venue's open for a little bit longer. I don't know. There's some video games and shit. If you want to play some photo booths, go grab a drink, hang out. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support you continue to give us. Bye. Bye.
Okay, folks, if I could have you continue.